So what can you tell me about... Oh, can I put you on the camera?
Yeah, if you want to. You get, hope you got a wide angle lens.
Okay, Chris. This is Shaco. He doesn't really like being on the camera, doesn't like talking about himself, and that sort of sums up who the guy is, I reckon. So Shaco's just done some pinstriping. I'll take you off the camera, mate, for a second. Shaco's just done some pinstriping on Toxic, which you'll see either before or after this, and I love it. And when I only met him on Friday, and seriously, it's like we've known each other for a while. So come in, and he's very courteously let me have a look around in his shed here, and I don't know where to start. My camera lens just isn't big enough. There is just stuff everywhere. Clearly the man likes bikes, and he's told me a little bit about these bikes. I know this one's got some history. This one is a bike that he said he would never part with. It's a pan, and there's a story behind just getting the motor. And like the tank, guy dropped this tank off. It was all wrapped up, all carefully looked after. And as soon as he got it, he cut it into 4 pieces and made it look like this. Now look at that. That's just a piece of art in itself. The whole bike, everything about it. You know, the whole thing, like the gum hand grips, just the whole lot. It's just beautiful. And we got some things over here. How did we meet, Shaco?
Well, I painted your 48.
Yep.
So bit of brushwork on your doors, mate. A bit of pinstriping, and
Yep.
That's about it. Nothing real flash.
Just looks good.
Yeah.
What can you tell me about this old piece of iron behind you there, mate? What is it?
Well, that's a 32 Vauxhall. The only bit of Vauxhall left on it is the body. Sorry about that light.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's got a 59A Mercury flathead motor in it, which I've stroked. Borg-Warner single rail box with a Valiant diff. Chopped it, channeled it. So it's probably got inch and 3/4 in the front, inch and 3/8 in the rear, slant cut, channeled at 6 inches. Made all the exhaust, made everything for it really. Just wound the motor over today, just trying to get oil pressure up before we kick it over. So
Yeah, right.
but yeah, no, it's you should just fuck around with it and do a bit of welding on it. Yeah, just weld them in. They come out of an old generator box, so just cut them in.
Yeah. And what were you telling me about the bonnet, mate?
They're 36 Ford sides. I got off an old mate of mine. He was early founding member of the Dragons, and I cut them in half and reversed them, and then put the blisters on the side, so for the engine mounts on the flathead, because they come out the side.
Yep.
So I could get these cones to come out the side. The exhaust.
Yeah. The Lakesters.
Yeah, and then just something different. It was probably criminal to cut those sides in half, but I had to put them to good use. You know.
Yeah. And you said you were going to take it out onto an open road in the country one day and shut up the doors.
Well, you take the block-offs off, and then you'll get the big burn down the door.
Yeah.
So in the day when they used to drag race, and they'd drive them to the race on the road, and then they'd race them, and then they'd obviously cork them back up out on the street, and then they go back out through dual exhaust out the back.
Yep.
So through 2 mufflers and away, sports mufflers and away they go. So you're legal again, so to speak.
That's it. Don't get hassled by the law.
No.
Do you make that?
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool, mate.
It's a bit rough, but the whole
That's
thing's
cool.
a bit rough, isn't it?
And the roof was from a burnt-out Falcon wagon.
It come out of the bush. It was an XD wagon, and actually the swages in the roof, they practically line up perfect as a Ford does.
Yep.
From the V pillar back. I don't know how that worked, but it did. This thing laid in the shed for years and years, all twisted because it had no floors in it, and I had to make the A, B, and C out of steel because they were all timber.
Yep.
So it was pretty well bent out of shape. So I've got it back pretty well straight off my hand. I've got to heat shrink it a bit more, and a couple of little inners in the back to weld, and French the rear tail lights, and she's pretty well done. Well, not done, but body wise.
Are they Lucas tail lights?
Yeah, I think they're off
Like
the
a
hand
BMC or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that.
And
And that's the original fold down. This is the original luggage rack, so it folds out like that, and you put your suitcases on it. So
Yep.
I thought it was cool.
Yep.
Just strap back
Absolutely.
on.
Or the kids if they annoy you.
Yeah, and then if you go away, then you just stack them on and just put a fucking rope around it. Away you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd never done a roof chop, so when I did it, I thought, this will be a straight drop, but it wasn't a straight drop.
Yeah. It's got a bit of lean on those back pillars.
Yeah, well, so hence I had to sort of pie cut them a bit, and then I've cut and moved the back window up more to give it a bit more squash look. But yeah, no, it's
It all
it's
all
pretty cool.
adds character, mate.
Yeah,
All adds character.
yeah.
They coca white walls or
Yeah, they are. They're just rollers. When I've got these hard as rocks, I'll just
Yeah.
smoke them up and burn them, and then we'll put some goodies on them when she's good to go. But
So when's this going to be on the road, mate?
when I stop painting people's cars and bikes and trucks.
Okay, you heard it here first, guys. Shaco doesn't want any more work. He's got to get this car finished.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining about that. But you got to do your customer stuff first.
That's
know?
it.
That's just how it goes.
It's even got a touch of Volkswagen to it, guys.
Yeah,
Look at that.
Volkswagen rear that's been modified,
It's
and
the people's seat.
L4 or 300, whatever it is, Mitsubishi van
Yeah.
front.
L300, yep.
I had to cut that in half, and then I actually welded all the springs back together, and then used the runners off that, and had to shorten them. And I don't know why I did it. But yeah, the single rails, to put a 4-speed in it, I put the single rail, I had to move the cross member and put the original cross member back in it, and it's a lot of work. Hours and hours of work, but it was all good.
Yep.
I'd stay in there well all night, it'd be great.
And funny story, I touched this the other day and I thought, oh, it's sticky. I wonder if it's been covered with anchor wax. So tell me what your secret ingredients are that you
It's
preserve it.
pretty secret and rare, this stuff. It's 20W50. And just whatever I add. It's actually got a bit of penetrol now, but it's 20W50 and just engine oil. That's all, just to stop it rusting. Anything really.
That's it.
Just stop it going red.
That's right. So if you see this blowing smoke, it's actually coming off the paintwork.
Yeah, but anyway.
Right.
It's pretty cool, man.
And the tank on this bike over here, mate. I love this. That's sort of, it's. We all know, of course, other people would know this as a Harley Davidson, but of course this one's a Shaco Davidson.
Well, I hand painted that just as a shit stir, so I just did as because I can, and I thought, if I get sick of it, I'll just sand it off and paint something else. But I thought, well, it's mine, and a good mate of mine, Sinbad, did the motor, and I'll probably never get rid of it, so
Yep.
I'll keep it and give it to my kids. But
And you reckon this thing's got more horsepower than the rear end could possibly stand up for?
Probably more than what, it's got 4 breathers on the motor, it's canned, it's poorly polished, it's everything you can do to that thing that's been done, and I'm still running the motor in it. But yeah, it's going to be different, that one.
Yep.
Should be good.
Yeah, very nice.
Twist the throttle as far.
Model A tail light.
Yeah, that's one I'd laying around there. I was going to use on something else, so I just thought I'd whack that on there,
Yep. I love the colours, mate. They look nice. I like the gold.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with black, gold, and crimson. Is just a really nice colour. It's just a really good colour combination. So.
And these bikes are all yours?
Yeah, they're all. I know everything it is. The whole lot. I don't know nothing, mate. That's a Triumph I built. I've had that a long time, and a good mate of mine. I've just finished it, and it was always up on a stand here, and I said, I'm going to fuck that off. And a mate of mine said, I really love that, and he's a really good mate. So I've just finished it. We're just running the motor in now, and I've given it to him. So
okay.
because
Yeah,
he's
nice.
a good mate, and sometimes
That's what
good mates
seems
hard
like
to
what
find,
good mates do for good mates,
yeah,
eh?
No, he's a good bloke and a good mate, so I want him to have it.
Is that a 650?
No, that's a 500, that one.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a speed between 500. It's a 1950, 54, 53.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice Springer front end on it.
Yeah, I did a little thing I had
Yep.
there, but it looks right, it's...
Yep. Wide.
It's okay, It's,
And I got to say, mate, when I was standing here the other day, I know it's the little things. You're probably got to go, what is he talking about? I was standing here and I was just looking at that, like just that,
what's that?
just the pinstripe, the one-shot pinstripe cans. To me, that's just because you're not going to find that in someone's garage that isn't a pinstriper.
No, I've got the same amount of cans inside too. I just can't fit them on that stand, that's all.
That's just awesome.
I had to colour fuel them out, throw them out, But,
Apparently, I've got to look for that somewhere on my truck.
yeah, it's there. That's it. That
a
one you're looking at there, I've done that one. That one's a long time ago. There's a little tiny one on there.
Yeah.
It'll be another one like same as that. It'll be like this one here. See, there's one there too. A little one.
Oh, okay, yeah. So I've got to go and search
You'll
for that on my truck. Okay, I'm as blind as a bat, so it might take me a little while, but that's okay.
You'll find it, mate.
And like all good hot rods, all bikes have got to start from somewhere. So that looks like a Triumph frame tube, is it?
Yeah, that's a in-frame Oil
tank.
oil in frame job there. We'll
Yep.
probably use that front diamond down the track, and we'll use it on something.
Yep.
Came with a motor I had, probably with this one, so I don't throw nothing out. I'll be able to use that.
Yep.
So
I remember being at the Morisset swap meet about 10 years ago with a mate, and I just looked at a cowl of a truck, and we both looked at each other and said, "That's a hot rod in its making." Well, that's what I said when I say this frame.
actually had a 27 cowl in here up till not that long ago, over against the wall, and I was tripping over forever. I ended up getting rid of it, and Blake took it. So yeah, had it jammed in here too with all the other shit.
As you do.
Yeah, that's a fresh painted Triumph tank.
Oh,
Just to
okay.
make it
Yeah,
look
right.
old, you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, very cool. Yeah, sporty tank, peanut
There's
tank.
another sporty tank there on the shovel. That was a new tank too.
Yeah, okay.
Just made look old. So
Yeah.
all weathered and cut and
Yeah, right.
patinaed and flamed and then weathered again, and so
Yeah, fantastic.
people are going for that.
Yeah,
you
the
know,
crack-
going for
cracker
patina,
leak.
You know?
Yep. Is there something special about that motor, mate? That's a knuckle, is it?
Shovel.
Oh, shut. Oh,
Cone shovel.
oh okay. Yep.
Cone
Sorry.
shovel. Yeah.
Oh,
No, it's just it hasn't got the push rod tubes on it.
Oh, right.
It's
Yeah.
only
Okay.
locked up, yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's what I couldn't work out. Yeah, there was something.
yeah. So it hasn't got the push rods in it. It's only it's got the crank in it, but it's just the bare bones. So I just put it in there to mock up. I wanted to make the exhaust on it and
Yep.
a bit of other shit.
Nice.
Yeah, it's got a belt drive on that too.
Oh, okay. 3-inch primary, is it?
I think it's 1.5 on that one. There's a little pop.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, 1.5 on that. And I've got a 3-inch to go on this other one.
Old school.
But yeah, no, we'll get around on it, mate.
No, there's a couple of. I'm not a board rider, but clearly these big single fin boards are something nice too.
Yeah,
They look
I've surfed since I could stand up, and I've now that's all I ride's old boards.
Yeah, right.
You know, they're
Yep.
just really cool, and I don't know, something about them, you know.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
I don't collect them, I just ride them, you know. And,
they'd look good on an XM Falcon station wagon.
yeah,
I used to have a big board on. It was a triple fin. I've never ridden a surfboard in my life, but I had one on the roof of my Falcon because I thought it looked cool.
yeah.
Call me a wanker, you know.
It's their own, mate. It's all good.
Yeah.
All good fun.
Yeah.
So,
That's a 56. 56 guard? 57.
see.
Oh, okay. No, same, isn't it?
50, yeah, 55 in it. Well,
Yeah.
FC was modelled off a 55 shed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Other one, the bonnets are HR, I think it is.
Oh, yeah. I didn't have
That
to-
stuff
yeah.
there is really old, that work. That's, a lot of that was when I first started.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, just lugged it around.
Hang on to
Could have sold it 10 times over. I thought, no, I'll just hang on to it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, even old fridge. You've got a couple of old fridges. haven't you?
Yeah, there's another one there. Got another one there. They all work too.
Fridges look great painted up.
Yeah, that one's a roughie, but the other one there's pretty rough too.
Yeah.
But, they all work, but they're just, you know, you got to, if you fire them up, it'll lower your power.
Yeah, yeah.
Your power level.
Watch the lights fade.
Yeah, so,
Yeah. I like the stand. Yeah.
that's just work. There's more work under here waiting for people to pick up. There's another set of tanks under here for Blake. They're going to. They're going to.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, they're just going to Sydney for another job. They're just like hand painted shovels.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
just,
very nice. Yeah, beautiful.
That's
mate.
all. That's all hand painted.
Yep.
And there's an oil tank with that.
Oh, yeah.
No, just that sort of.
Yep. Yep, very nice. Was it Ironhead Sporty or something, is it?
It might be a cone shovel. I'm not sure. I haven't
Yep.
got that far. I'm only
Yep.
doing the tins for
Doing
him.
it,
So
yep.
yeah, it's going. Blake in Sydney is. I've been sitting here for a while. Actually, you got to come and pick it up. But he's bringing hot rods up to me, and
Oh, okay.
they bring up I've already done one, and they've got another 3 to do. So they bring one up and then take the other one back. So
Yep.
I've got a few to do for them boys. So we'll
And
get to it.
What's your cat's name, mate?
Oh no, he just lays there.
Yeah.
He's
Bit
good.
lazy,
Like I say,
yeah.
you don't have to feed him or
Yeah.
doesn't shit anywhere. He's good.
Yeah. Yep. Keeps the place clean.
Yeah, no, he's good. Yeah. Just looks after the joint. Looks cool.
That's a old suitcase, is it? Like a cardboard or leather suitcase with your
Yeah,
mate there in
yeah.
it?
I used to use that to just drag around to shows and
Yeah.
pulled it out for a while just to put paints and shit in.
Now, can I just say, this is how modest Shaco is here. When I said to him when I met him, I said, can I do a tour of your garage? Because people would like this. And he sort of looked at me with this incredulous look on his face and said, why? Now, seriously, Look at this place.
Still got me back.
Look, mate,
It's just somewhere to hang your stuff, isn't it?
it is, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
I thinned it out. When COVID was on, a lot of it's gone. But oh well.
Oh, the more look, there's bloody cuts, rear window cuts.
Yeah. I think they might be off a humpback or something. I'm not sure. I had them there to do something. I might have had them to cut them, and I was going to weld them in this, but.
Okay, yeah. What's the story with that door there? Is that like a genuine XY door or something?
It's actually that was off a GT, genuine GT, and they cut the skins off, and I got another 3 of them there. And then I hand painted the Bathurst, whoever that was, it might have been Alan Grice or one of those, or 64E, so I just hand painted that back on it with a Hardy Ferrado lane, just weathered it up. But they're actually genuine GT. They threw them in the skip bin, right. And I don't know why, because they weren't that bad. So then I just cracked them up a bit more and weathered them and just hand brushed them. And I just thought, oh, they're cool. They're a piece of history. Why throw them in the bin?
That's right. Yeah.
So I got the full set, and I'll end up selling them or get rid of them. But I mean, you don't throw out GT Falcon fucking doors.
You don't. No, you absolutely don't.
I just didn't want to see it go to waste, so I just scabbed them up. But, yeah, it is what it is.
It is. Look, mate, I could stand here, as I said, for days and days and days, but I'm not going to do that to you. I appreciate you showing me around your shed. Now, this is like just the size of a double garage, and seriously, you could spread this out and fill up a whole bloody aircraft hangar with the amount of stuff that's in here. And it's tidy, it's organised, and that's the thing. There's so much stuff here. Like, there's not a space left on the wall. Well, there's one over there. Barely a space left on the wall.
I think I gave something away to someone the other day, so I'll fill that gap.
That's that hole. Look, as I look around, bloody everything, the planisher, it's pinstriped. Of course, that's what you do, isn't it? Like when you.
Yeah, well, especially years and years ago, I used to just, when I had paint left over, I'd just have to put something on it. Not so much now. I've sort of got plenty of other people's stuff to put paint on, but it's just.
There's a story behind that, isn't there? Someone laid down fast on the road.
That was actually originally off my WLA.
Yeah, okay. Right,
I had one, that's what I said, I had to trade my WLA for that panhead motor.
That one there's dedication, guys.
Yeah, it was a big call, I tell you, but like I said, there's no other way I was going to get a 50 pan motor. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Righto, mate. Thank you very much for your time.
All right, you better go home.
Good on you, mate.
Well, good.
Okay, guys, I'm going to give some details about Shaco, how to contact him. He's on Central Coast of New South Wales. So I'll give you some details of how to contact him if you want any pinstriping. Book in early, because it's not like he's sitting around on his bum waiting for work. So, wait for that in the link, guys. Thank you.